What's up, bro?
Man, never chilling or killing.
It's been a little while, man. I can't ever keep up track of how often we do these. I feel like I'm like Nate Edwards. At least every quarter we get this thing in.
You gotta get it.
It's been. I know it's been pre-Christmas.
Yeah,
I think right around that time. Something.
Yes, because we usually get around the first of the year.
Josh, when did you have the baby?
January 27th.
So it was before then
that.
for sure. Yeah, I think it was right before the first of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, because usually we do the fitness thing.
Usually we do like the first month of the year.
Hold on, dude. Hold on.
He's gonna tell us. He'll tell us.
Pull it up, Jamie.
Nate Edwards, December 21st.
December 21st. So
See,
boom, it was before
that was
Christmas.
Lessmas, remember?
Yeah,
Remember I told you, because that's the first time I even mentioned his ass.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you just mentioned him now, so
See,
you
look, he's seen it.
So what's been up, bro?
Man, I've been trying to refine the process. I keep shedding the skin. So every time you see me, it's a different snake. It just is what it is what it is. So I just realized sometimes I'm just operating on old information. So when I watch stuff like this, or if I'm talking to somebody just even before something like this, and I'm consuming what they're giving, they just give me a different view, and I'm going, I didn't even know that. But now that I know it, you get to take action.
Yeah.
So even how I was thinking of how even something like this, because usually what we talk about is pretty positive, it may not receive the views that it should have because it's not negative. And that I realized real quickly, notice what's the most popular things is somebody that's causing a stir, or somebody can get mad about, or is an irritant, or it's divisive. Like human beings, we're little war chimps. And I think it piques some kind of weird thing in our brain that we should be uproared and we need to get on a team.
Yeah.
And so if you're generally
Tribal by
positive,
nature, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So look at like your motivational speakers. You're like, oh God, again, I can't hear not one more do the best thing that you can.
Yeah.
But you could listen to Club Shay Shay and Cat Williams tell the tea on everything and everybody of how they did bad stuff, and like it gets
And there's
100 million
memes
views.
for 3 months.
Yeah. So a lot of times I'd get to thinking about, I think I'm looking at this in the wrong way, and that it's not a bad thing that people are negatively motivated. You might just want to kind of teach it to them before they can get all kind of riled up, or give them a negative pill and then hide the positive thing inside of it.
That's a good strategy.
You can say, hey, what do you think about the presidential debate? And then they get to going, and then you kind of divert them into something positive you could talk about.
Isn't that the funniest shit though? Like the president thing, dude.
Man, look, they're both old.
Here's the thing: they're both old, rich white people.
Look, we're gonna get somebody.
We're gonna get some old, rich ass politician. That's what we're gonna get.
No matter who we get, somebody's gonna be mad.
Yeah.
So I figured out this whole game. I figured it out, and it's funny to me because it's no different than your class president in 5th grade.
Yeah.
They tell you that they're giving pizza parties every Friday. You know damn well you can get a pizza party every Friday. But it's part of their campaign slogan, and they stand up at the low pulpit and they tell you. And this is the exact same thing, except for worldwide policy. Yeah. I'm going to give you all the tax breaks. Yeah. I'm going to save all the whales. I'm going to make sure that everybody has an equal shot, and it's not true.
The biggest thing to me is that the people that side, the old folks that side with these things.
Sure.
And they just like we were at the house this past weekend, and my wife's and my parents would be the same way. So it's nothing against her parents or grandparents or her grandparents, and some of her family were there, and they started talking about all that. And I was just thinking, I was like, this is all they consume. So this is all they know. And it's the same thing with some of my family too. Like it's just, I'm like, look, man. I was like, I'm neither here nor there. I have no opinion, because at the end of the day, whoever the puppet master is pulling the strings is going to make whatever fuck they want happen anyways.
Correct.
And like, if you think this degenerate motherfucker who can't walk a flight of steps is doing anything or making any decisions, you're absolutely fucking and just misinformed and an idiot, And in the same token, you're arguing for some other side, previous, they were talking about previous president. I'm just look, man, all those decisions that were made by someone else. That's just the person relaying you the information that said decision is. You know what I mean?
I think that when people get mad, they may not consider the viewpoint of the person saying it.
Yeah.
So I heard a lady on, I'm not sure where I seen it, but she went into what it's like to deal with an elderly person, and not to be frustrated with them because, like, when they repeat something or they have a narrow-minded view, or they say something like homophobic or some anti-Semitic, something wild. So what she said is their view, their world is very small. And so they don't have anything to talk about.
They don't have access to information you have.
Yeah, so they're operating on
stuff. You have a young person getting mad at an old person for their viewpoints when they don't realize that, yes, those viewpoints may not be correct, but at the same time, they don't have the same access to information or network. They have been doing the same thing for 20 years, and everything around them has changed, but they haven't been looking around them. They've just been going to the grocery store, going to check the newspaper, taking out the trash, going to pay the water bill every single day for 20 years.
So, and that's what I'm saying. I used to be operating on old information. So old information will keep you mad, and it'll keep you being divisive. So that person's small view of what life is, instead of getting mad at them and cussing them out and telling them they're homophobic or racist or whatever, maybe you just talk to them and say, like, I love talking to, like, because obviously I'm not white, but I like talking to old white people, like old. And that, like, you can tell, like, they were raised, like, they probably said some things probably wouldn't be acceptable now. But I love getting with them and just having a conversation. And then by the end of the conversation, they have a different view. I just expanded what their view of the world is.
You're absolutely correct.
Because everything I just said completely disarmed everything that they thought about whatever. And so being that maybe at one time they used to think it was in this little bubble. Now that bubble represented, wait a minute, you speak like you were a professor somewhere and you have halfway well-traveled experiences. Maybe this is not the right way. And that you take that very small existence and then maybe you only expand it just a little bit. Who knows? Maybe that little bit impacts their neighbor down the street that they ain't talked to because they're Indian or Japanese and they grew up in the Korean War, whatever. And that maybe they wouldn't go talk to that neighbor. I don't know. Sometimes when you get like that, because people in general can be extremely negative if you open that door, and that if you learn how to steer it, you can take that negative and then use it to help you.
It's a lot easier to get someone to talk shit about someone versus someone to say something good about someone.
It is. And
a lot easier.
If somebody's trying to vent to you and they're trying to talk all the trash and you're only deflecting and you're saying good things, they either think that you're pandering or you're dismissing what they say,
or you're not on their side or something.
Correct. So usually what happens, so I try to play in the gray. So I say, man, I can see how you could think like that, but I also can see how it could be like this. And so maybe somewhere along that line, like somebody got something twisted, and it could be an emotional thing from when you were a kid and you take it some kind of way, and nobody knows this because this is a story in your head, and we can't read your mind. And over here, this might be something that their father told them to never let go and stand on this part, and that they've always held that. But once again, you don't know that story that's in their head. And now you got two people that are talking trash or different political sides of things or different, doesn't even matter what it is, different anything, just different opinions. They cannot come together because inherently they want to choose, my tribe is going to beat your tribe. And the ideology, I will fight this to the death.
That's what we're built on. I mean, it's literally branded in our fucking DNA. We are tribal instruments. We are. Like,
you know what would solve that?
What?
Physicality.
Yeah, of course.
So I had a discussion with my mom about this the other day.
Are you talking about an exercise or battle to the death? What are we talking about?
You take it how you want it.
Yeah.
And I had this conversation with my mom the other day. So usually when I speak to my mom, it's like a couple hours. And it's on a Saturday, and I'm usually like tending to some kind of vegetable in the backyard, or I don't know, something along the lines. I'm fixing something at the house.
Right.
So she went in. She was talking about some kind of workplace issue that was happening. Supervisor or somebody was in their fields, and it's like hen house gossip type stuff. And I said, Mom, do you understand that would never happen with a male? You know this, right? She goes, well, why not? I said, well, there's different rules between male and female. That females are meant to create community, and that they're supposed to get along, because if they were to physically go at it, their offspring could die. Men, we don't operate on that. Men, if you disrespect, there is an inherent threat of violence now, like right now. That's why men, you tiptoe around some things and you can have conversations, but you do not argue. When last time you heard a man argue?
It don't happen very often. And if it does, it leads to, I'm going to whoop your ass, whatever, immediately.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was weird for her to hear that, of the difference between
that's
male and female.
That's not you making any, that's literally.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
So like ladies are more like the drama Real Housewives or whatever. It's all like, she said this, so we're going to team up with this and exclude her to do this. And so it's a verbal assault or exclusion on somebody, versus if you watch like The Ultimate Fighter per se, if somebody were to take somebody's orange juice and they say, hey man, you took my orange juice. I don't care if I took your orange juice right now.
Yeah.
It's real. That's what I'm saying. We could solve all of that with a little physicality.
Yeah.
And that, I think the workplace environment and social media reinforces the lack of human nature.
Well, also to that, man, we're losing grip of what we're losing grip of what that physicality thing don't happen a lot with males anymore either. If you
it should.
I agree, but
so the state of Washington says there's mutual combat.
It doesn't.
They can say, look, oh, you got a grievance? You got a grievance? Call the cops, and they'll watch you fist fight on the street.
Right. Well,
I like that.
Dude, I'm about that. I'm in a different place in life to where I have so much to lose now. The reason why I don't want to go to violence first, it's last, it's most definitely last, because you think about your kids and your wife and your work and all that shit. But like before, like if we take it all the way back to when we were tribes, it's like it's life or death. So that's all I know. There ain't no fucking chain of command that I have to climb in a workplace. There's not one judge. It's literally life or death.
What if Bozier said, all right, mutual combat enacted, and that you can have police escort if there's a problem. They make sure nobody gets their head stomped in, and that we go about our business. It would have been awesome. Now, granted, is it going to solve everything? Absolutely not. And it probably is going to escalate some kind of, I'm going to get my cousin, and it's going to escalate.
Somebody's going to bring a gun, someone to shoot someone.
But it just as a base thing.
That's what I hate about fighting, dude.
It's not going to get better.
I love it. But
in the rule set.
Here's another idea. What if you just put them through a strenuous workout till they're so fucking dog tired
they won't fight?
Then they'll solve their differences because.
So funny you said that. So there's your first light bulb of the day.
Yeah.
If we had a sound effect, go ding. First one of the day is the reason why we're having all these discourse and back and forth. Every 4 years, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's the same stuff. The reason why we're having all of these problems and we have all these things spun up is because we are not tired and there's no emergency and we have nothing to fight for.
Exactly.
So it's so easy we can fight about
everything's
anything.
Convenient. We're in a great place. Even though you say it's horrible right now and it's worse than it's ever been, we're not at war. We're not suffering. Everyone has food. You can go to the grocery store, get whatever the fuck you want. You can go to any drive-thru and get whatever the fuck you want. You can be obese at fucking a year old. Like, whatever. I'm saying, like, the more convenient we have it, the better our life is, the more we're going to fight amongst ourselves because we don't have anything else to fight about. You know what I mean?
Sure. So that's that old information thing. I think this episode should be titled Old Information. Every day you should be throwing out said old information and operating on new. But that old information is saying, well, because HR says that I can get away with this, and this before, or I can tell on you, or whatever that is,
right.
whatever that thing is of being underhanded. If we went back to just basic rules of life of, okay, men were meant to end life, truly. We were meant to kill things. That's why we're set up the way we are. We've got muscles, we can run real fast, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Ladies are meant to create life, truly, if they can. Some cannot, and that's fine. But just base male, female, we're not getting into the whole gray. We're not doing that.
So that's the subject of conversation. There wasn't a choice back then. You were this, you were that, I guess.
So that way, if you go back to just saying, hey, you must respect, otherwise there could be real dire consequences that would come from that. And that men back in the day worked so hard with their hands, they were not arguing. And if they did argue, it came to blows, or we had a duel and somebody died.
Yeah.
And that you didn't hear about the cattiness of things. Now, granted, everybody has like communities. Oh, did you hear what so and so did?
Right.
Whatever, that kind of stuff. But never so rampant as where everybody has a camera, everybody's a celebrity, everybody has a platform, everybody's an influencer, and you can magnify how much hate you can throw on something.
Yeah.
Or you become a meme or something.
Yeah.
I've never
The meme thing is the funniest shit ever. Dude.
No, I'm here for some of that.
No, but isn't it funny though? Like just the random, like the Kurt Angle thing. Like how did he fucking land in this? Like first off, whoever made the first one probably don't even know who he is.
Now there's
what
many
I mean?
of them though.
Right, but so whoever come up with the first one to say we're gonna take this video of him doing like this and just put different things on it, like they probably didn't even know who Kurt Angle was. They probably just saw this jacked old bald headed dude looking creepy as fuck, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna use this as a meme," not knowing that's a fucking Olympic athlete, like world class wrestler.
He's one of the best.
Yeah,
one of the
not
best
only
to ever do it.
best entertainers, but also best competitors. Before he
won a gold medal with a broken neck.
did you see? I know.
Did you
see the Von Erich movie?
I did.
Dude, fuck, was
He's
not great.
out of control.
Was it not great?
He's out of control.
And it wasn't that dial. I didn't look. Can we look how accurate that movie is? Depiction of their life. Have you seen it yet, Josh? You have to watch it. It's amazing. It's the Von Erich movie. It's a documentary, or it's not a documentary. It's a biopic. It will be called. I do not know. I can't think of top. It's the Von Erichs.
A or C?
Just it'll come up. Just populate it. Let's see. Iron Claw.
There it is.
That was his signature move.
Yep.
So that his dad started wrestling in in the 50s or something, and then in the 70s they took off.
70s.
Yeah, they took
the brothers.
off. And then they become like, that was the one organization that was battling with the WCW or whatever at the time.
They're like the Southern ones. I can't remember what it was called.
So is it, how accurate does it say it is?
Based on true stories.
Based on true story. I mean, yes, some of it, of course, is fair, but the story, the way all of those people, and spoiler alert, I mean, fuck, it's free on Amazon Prime. You need to watch it. But like the way, and plus, people know what happened to these people. So the way they died was all accurate.
That's kind of. I mean, but you know what? It's part of the deal, man. You get into that industry, that's part of it.
But though, that was an amazing movie.
Yeah.
How did you feel about it? Like, honestly,
no, it was good.
Like when you quit watching it, were you like, fuck?
Some of it's real sad because you just realize it could have went a bunch of different ways at any point in time. But it also is part of the learning of the next generations coming up of what you do and don't do. So you can learn. I mean, you can be a dum-dum and say, "Oh, Stone Cold did it this way. He had all these knee surgeries and neck injuries and all that. Yeah, I'm going to be the same way, same entertainer." For what?
Dude, they're teasing him coming back for some kind of match. I saw something. I don't even watch wrestling anymore.
No, but I like him.
But since The Rock's turned it back on and he's in, and I'm laughing at it, I'm like, dude.
Did you see he got smaller since he started competing again?
Yeah.
Because you can't
sustainably make those movements.
And I remember thinking in the pictures, God, he was humongous. Now he's back on the mic. You're traveling to cities. You're not doing.
You're not on a regimen where you're up every 4 a.m. every day in your the Iron Paradise.
No, still way bigger than I ever be. But
dude, he looks amazing. He looks amazing. But back to Kurt Angle, man. I didn't want to lose that train of thought. That movie, dude. I watched it. I got the wife and I think the kids watched it. The whole family. And I wanted them to watch it. And some people were like, "You shouldn't let your kids." First off, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. Secondly, I want them to see real life fucking scenarios.
So where is more of that headspace of, first off, I'm gonna do what I want.
Yeah,
because these are my kids.
I want them to understand.
You just breezed past that like that was no big deal. I like that.
I wanted them to understand like this happened to these people.
I agree with the you can't shelter them from everything, and that if anything, it's a talking point that you can teach them and say, okay, what did you think happened, or how did you feel like when this happened? What would you do? And then you can talk through it. And they can say, hey, did you ever do anything like that? Yes, no, maybe. I knew somebody. It gives you.
I'm waiting for those questions to start coming because I'm gonna have to answer them. I'm gonna be honest.
I've answered quite a few.
I'm gonna be honest. How old are your kids? Your oldest?
13, 10, and 7.
When did those questions start coming? Like where you could have at any young age they'll ask questions,
probably
but like
10.
You think they receive the information?
Probably 10.
That's what I feel like. We're knocking on the door because we're 8 and 9 right now. So.
Yeah, probably 10 years old.
Yeah.
Well, the birds and the bees conversation happened 4th grade, 5th grade.
Yeah.
at the daddy-daughter dance dinner of all places at Olive Garden with the damn salad and the breadsticks.
Yeah, nice.
She goes, "Hey, I want to know where babies come from and don't lie." My oldest. That's what. Cool. All right, I respect that. Okay, who'd you
Was
hear
your
that
wife
from?
there?
No.
Oh, so you had to handle it without.
Oh no, I was always gonna handle that.
Okay. You already talked about
I
that.
No, I just wanted to because I never wanted them to be bashful about anything like that, and I'm gonna tell them the truth. So the next day, I said, "Look, your sister. She was 10 years old at the time. Your sister's 7. Let's talk about this in the morning. I'm gonna come up in the morning. And let's talk about it. We'll see what you know." Came up in the morning and said, "Okay, tell me what you know, so then I can fill in the rest." She said a little boy told her about where babies come from, and I said, "Oh, okay." And she knew a decent amount, but then when I filled in the rest, she knew a lot more.
Right.
Now, you're not trying to get graphic and detailed,
No.
but you just explain kind of who fits what role. So they understood that their mom had them. They knew exactly where babies come from, but they didn't know how I fit in the picture.
Right.
So
Yeah, why are you there?
exactly.
Yeah.
So it didn't make sense. And then when you spell it out to them, and I say, "Look, anytime you got questions, ask me. No matter how weird that it'd be, I promise you I'll give you the truth because your friends won't know. Or they're going to give you information that they've heard or somebody told. They don't know. I didn't know anything. At least I didn't know the real.
Yeah.
And I can tell you what the little guys are going to say, what I said. Look, this is just what it is. That way you get the clear line of communication, especially from father to a daughter. And as awkward as it could be, I'd rather that be open than not.
Yeah, a small moment of awkwardness is a lot of like years of relief.
You know what I told her though? I said, you know how when babies are screaming, crying, and you can't get them to stop, and it's kind of gets crazy, and you don't like it. So the only way to stop that is if you're not ready to deal with that crying all the time, you're not ready to have that kind of activity. You're not responsible yet, because there's only one way you get babies. Mm-hmm. It's this goes in there and that comes out.
Yep.
And that if you're not ready for that, then you're not ready for you don't have the responsibility to be engaging in those activities. So you take it how you want it, but there is only one way that gets there.
Isn't it crazy that in 5 to 10 years from now that's
It better be right.
That's not going to be right. It's going to be we can create them in a test tube from absolutely nothing.
I hope not.
Dude,
But
I'm telling you though,
it could be
we're getting there, bro.
It could be where we got fake people all
We're
the time.
getting there. You're mixing organic with.
Yeah, somebody just told me you can pick your baby for $10,000. You can pick the gender, you pick the eye color, you can do whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
Why would you? I'm not playing God.
Yeah, but
I'm good.
We're getting there.
I'm good.
And then at some point, we're going to integrate AI with organic, and
It's already happening.
right.
So they
but I'm
got the one
saying,
guy.
where it's going to be actually from the conception.
No. I don't like that.
I don't like it either, man. But it's inherently going to happen.
That gave me the itches. I don't like that because we've seen this movie.
Hold on, before we go there, I wanted to mention something, and I want Josh to look this up because oh shit, he's doing that, but not there yet. Hold on. Well, let's go there. AI just designed the world's first living robot that can make babies.
I don't like this.
Boom, there you go.
I don't like this.
There you go.
Robots.
There you
The
go.
world's first AI designed biological robots that can self-repair and self-replicate.
Yeah.
Who's making this? We are.
No. Oh, of course we're making
The U.S. is making
we're
it.
pioneers.
We're the same. We're making the woolly mammoth too, and the dinosaurs were being dumb too.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, we're doing
I'm
that.
fucking for it, though. I want to see what it looks like. I mean, I'm for it. Like, I'm not trying to be in the same room,
No,
but I'm
right.
like for it. I'm trying to see this little fucker comes out, like looking like.
It's about to get stupid.
Well, yeah.
Something's about bad.
We just we're too smart. And we have too much access for our own good, and it's gonna happen. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, look at what's happened in the past 100 years.
Know what would be way cooler is if they could cure some of these diseases taking us out.
Dude, they don't want to do that.
So maybe this will lead to them saying, look, maybe we shouldn't die.
Yeah.
Let's cure some of that.
They're not going to do that. They're going to create these new beings that rule us that just consume. We just consume. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
don't
man,
you know?
makes sense.
Don't you know it?
I mean,
the plot to
we're-
the Matrix.
Well, we're not going to see it in our lifetime.
no.
But our kids are.
I don't like that either.
Well, I just want
Because I'm
them
not here to defend
I know,
them.
exactly.
That's the scariest part that I had a realization the other day is I'm teaching my kids to succeed me because I won't be there to defend them.
And
That scared the hell out of me, and I hate it because when I told my kid asked me a question, he said, "Well, how old will you be when I'm 70? And I told him the real. I said, buddy,
How would you be?
I won't be there.
Were you 100?
Over 100.
Yeah, you're not really there.
And
You're-
so
you got too many miles.
because he's asking,
Same here.
he's asking. I went, and I honest to God, I thought about it. I was like, shit, I'm not gonna be here.
Yeah.
That is a sobering thought. So when I'm being intentional, like spending time with fam and stuff, it's to prepare them for the day I'm not here.
Yeah.
Like all the things that I would say or do or try to protect. It goes into that where you truly won't be here to hold their hand or try to help them.
Well, isn't it cool how you're a product of your father and he's a product of his father?
Oh,
And
yeah.
like at some point, inherently, not even genetically, but like just on the way you do things, that all instilled from whoever's the first pioneer of your.
Mannerisms and all that.
Yeah.
That's just true.
Isn't it crazy though?
Yeah,
To think about that shit. And then it gets intermingled with another family every fucking generation. You know, it's like, well, here's this curveball
This
thrown
was
in
that.
here. And it offset this thing. This
Right.
could have went a whole nother way, but someone else stepped in, you know, and
See,
changed the genome factor.
We're not gonna have StarNet. So what is it? Is it StarNet? What's that thing from Terminator?
Dude, fucking Skynet.
Skynet. You know what I'm talking about.
What
That's the
well, I
bootleg
wanted,
version.
like we were talking about like family and stuff, like how long ago do you think, like, so originally we weren't like meant to, like, we would just mate and move on,
Sure,
right?
sure.
How long ago do you think it was whenever like it was just, okay, now we're going to pick a partner to raise this child?
Ooh.
You know, how long ago do you think that was when that started? Like versus
Well,
like,
I know we
from
died
like,
real fast.
right.
So
Because like
I
we
think
would
they married
procreate.
long
We would
ago.
procreate.
Yeah, I
But
think
like
they
when
married
did
long.
marriage start?
Didn't it happen like biblical
Biblical?
times? Like long time ago. I know that
Yeah.
like pair bondings have always been, but I
it's
know that
it's only to
make babies.
originally to make babies into.
it had to been.
When did it? Around 2350 BC,
Yeah.
the first recorded evidence of marriage ceremonies.
Yeah, we're
Uniting
supposed to,
one woman and one man dates from about 2350 BC.
so look like we're
in
supposed to be
Mesopotamia.
hitched. Now we just live long time.
Right. We're not.
didn't live
We're not
long.
meant to live that long. We're meant about long enough to raise a child to puberty and then die.
45, 50, something like that.
Not even that long, dude.
Now-
I think probably in 2350 BC. What was the life expectancy of a male?
Right. What do you think? 40 is old?
I'm going to say let's guess. I'm going to say 28.
Okay. Well, that shit.
What do you're at 40?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 40. Dang,
Ooh,
we're both
23.
wrong. God,
23
dog.
years old. So
I didn't know
basically,
nothing at
so
23.
if they're okay, so what year do they start having kids? So if
Probably
they're
14.
probably 14, 15, 16. So they live
Till-
8 more years.
Well, the kid's big and sturdy enough to be going about their business. That makes sense.
And they grow up quicker.
Wow.
We don't know.
Yeah, that sucks.
They hid that one, huh? They was like, I don't want to talk about these people having babies this young. 14 to 21.
I love that
So
we have.
if you were 15, yeah, I know this is an
This is
upgrade,
cool.
right? So if you were 15 years old, you had a baby, and you were only going to live to 23.
so sad.
So that your kid's going to be 8 years old and you're dead.
so sad.
Yeah, but then that kid's only going to live.
True. So I guess it's not sad because this is what happens.
No, it's just that's why we think about it. That's why over thousands of years we advanced so much, because now our life is longer, so we have more time, and we're not all trying to kill each other, so we have more time to sit around and figure shit out. Like, oh well,
True,
we're sitting
true.
around here now and no one's killing us, so let's invent electricity.
Now here's a novel idea for you, because I support the military wholeheartedly. I think it's great. We are the only beings that have become experts at torturing, maiming, and killing each other.
Yeah,
We have whole institutions about this landmine will spin at this speed to cut at
Right.
this thing, and this many megatons that will decimate. Like, we're kind of wild. When I sat a lady, matter of fact, it was a team of people. I was doing an immersion thing on base, and that there was a team that we were all around talking about, fallout of, how far you got to be back from if there's an explosion or whatever. And I got to thinking, we're really good at hurting and killing each other.
we're really good at making a bunch of weapons we don't use too.
Well, yeah,
That's really interesting, right?
Yeah, true.
Like the technological advances every single year of all these weaponry that doesn't get
There
used.
has to be some really crazy
Like,
stuff.
and then they're
I can't wait
sold
to
and
find out.
transported. Like, where in the fuck? No one's using these on people.
I think they're stockpiling just in case.
Yeah, but
and that when it all blows up, like everything is done, everything is done. I wonder, like, I'm really excited for the next 20 years to see what becomes unclassified, and you go, oh, so that makes sense. And then you
that
see
always excites me. Anytime I see a report like a UFO report
So
or
cool.
some type of like espionage shit, I'm like, oh, this.
And you read into it and you go, man, that was cool. In the 50s, man, they knew all this stuff, or they had these weapons or whatever. And I thought, man, whenever they come out with that stuff, so exciting.
It is pretty fucking cool, man.
Because there's secret squirrels running around doing all kind of stuff, probably.
Yeah.
I would love to just know just a piece. Not all of it, because some of that stuff, that's why presidents look like shit when they get out of office.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because they have to learn too much.
They have the burden of carrying the weight of the entire fucking society.
I don't want to know that.
And even if they're not the decision maker, they're the one that has to live with the decision.
I don't want to know none of that.
You know?
So ignorance is sometimes bliss.
I respect any president.
Hey,
Any president. I don't care your party. Like, I respect the role of that. Like, anyone who has any opinion, most 90% of those people could never have that position.
so I would say leading up to the presidency, I think that you should probably do it like it was intended to do, where you did a term like a businessman or a teacher or whatever, and you were limited to a term, so you actually got the right people.
Well, you shouldn't be a career-long politician either. Well, it's what's funny to me too. Like the argument, going back to the argument or the talks of politics. It's like, okay, you're pushing so hardcore for Trump. Well, guess what? He only has 4 years if he gets reelected to turn shit around. It's not going to happen.
No,
it takes 2 terms. If you enact some shit while you're in president the first term, you got to follow through a second term to get most of that stuff to even get to moving. And then some other motherfuckers are going to come in and completely change. So it's like, even if you want to push for that, that may be 4 good years, but then something else is going to, like, I'm looking at 3 terms from now what's going to happen. So the trajectory of, let's just get someone who has some sort of intellect and knows how to fucking operate within the infrastructure of the fucking business world, and not a career-long politician who hasn't done their taxes or hasn't worked for actual money, like physically at all in 30 years.
So remember that small world thing?
Yeah.
So, all right, my grandmother, she's almost 90. And so a lot of those people they were born in the same year as she was, or really close. And they have that small world of, this is the world that I know, and those are the ones that make all the decisions that tell the president to do whatever.
Right.
That to me is terrifying.
Yeah.
That is way more terrifying to have those people in those seats of power
For so long.
That they've been 50 years in there.
That is, and that's another point bringing up, like, there's no term limit. So if their wheel is being greased, guess what? No matter what policies come across the fucking table or bills, that motherfucker's not getting checked off if that wheel don't keep getting greased.
Do you know whoever gets in office, the only way that anything is gonna improve, and it only improves if people want it to, is to focus on your local businesses and your local events and your local quality of your atmosphere. It doesn't matter what happens anywhere else. So if, like, how you guys do the East Bank Mafia thing?
If everyone's hyper focused on growth around them and not intermingling but what happens is that happens, but then there's some kind of benefactor always on the back end, and then it fucking muddies the water, you know?
Sure.
And it happens at a local level, and then it grows to a state level, and then it grows to a regional level, and then it grows to a national level, and it's just like the water just gets muddier. And I don't know, man. I don't think there's no solution. It's like, do you want this or dictatorship? You know what I mean?
Well, I would much rather have a say in what talk show I watch.
Right.
It's either Maury or Jerry. So
I want the remote control so I can change the channels.
But at least you can have a say in what channel.
Yeah.
So you're gonna watch a talk show. They're gonna have paternity tests on there. They're gonna have people that are ridiculous.
Are those shows still on?
Yeah, they're still on.
Oh shit,
dude, it's crazy. So I don't know if it's Steve Wilko's show, whatever. I mean, it's still like a Jerry Maury.
Jerry's died, didn't he?
He did.
That dude wrote that. He wrote that out a long time.
Hey man, you got if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
So I would say whatever show that you subscribe to, you can flip-flop between channels, whatever. But I'd rather that than there's only one channel. Dictatorship, you get one thing and you better be happy about it.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's what I'm saying. So, like, But we're in a society that, like we talked about, like someone's gonna bitch about something. It is what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything. So I think that words without action don't mean anything to me.
It don't mean nothing.
And so my whole life is just that. Look, if you want to vent about something, say it up front. If you want help or you're genuinely saying something, also say that up front. So that way, action-oriented people are gonna give you the way forward. A lot of times the people that want change, they just want to tell you that they want change. They don't really want to fix anything.
There's a lot of people that have ideas, but they don't want to do anything about it.
Correct. So I would say you can fix this whole scenario, but it's with all action-based people.
Yeah.
And there'd be a giant uproar everywhere. So I don't know that we are equipped to do any of that. There's too many agencies that depend on too many things and too many people, which are way higher up than my understanding. I've very limited understanding when it comes to that. I just know that my grandfather told me long ago, if you don't understand it, look for the money and who's going to make it.
Yeah, and that's it. But that's what this country's built on.
It's kind of like
it's unfortunate, right? And fortunate at the same time. Like capitalism is literally, if it weren't the right of making money and competing to make money, then we would never be here. Like it's amazing to say that you can start a business and I can start a business and we both have the same type of business and we can dictate our prices and dictate our clientele base.
That's kind of cool.
It is fucking cool. Whereas if you go somewhere else in certain areas where it's just like there's one person that sells one thing and this is the price of it, and if you need it, you're going to pay it.
That part, I think that we're doing it all the way right.
Yeah, I think we do great. We're at
all the way right.
Like the small commerce thing, and like people like small business. Every fucking one of these huge corporations started out as a small business.
You know what?
And like and everyone's fucking plan as a small business owner is to scale your business, and eventually you're going to be that corporate entity too. You know, it's like one of those things. It's fortunate to where everyone wants to make the money where they can sit back and not work. Well, to do that, you got to become that next person.
True. So I guess
it's weird. You got to find a medium. Like my thing is this: like a business gets to a certain operational point to where I'm making X amount of money. To scale up to make the next amount of money, I'm going to have to completely like change how I run this business and add 50 employees. Okay, because in order to make that next leap, to make that next cap of money, I'm going to have to spin up, so I'm spending more money to make more money. So why would I just stay in this right here in this area and make the same money? You know what I'm saying?
That applies to way more than what you just
I didn't explain that in the best way, but like if I'm sitting here,
I know
people, you understand.
So yeah, so your quality of life is here at this dollar amount with these many people.
Correct.
If you want to get to this dollar amount, quality of life may not go up, it may go down.
Exactly.
And so is that amount of money worth the quality of life change with the amount of people
and
now?
It's not that much of a money change if you bring it all the way down to net profit, because your overheads went up so much that you're still probably just making a little bit more than you were right here without all the bullshit.
There's a big parallel to other areas of your life too. Yeah. When you just like the scaling of things. Mm-hmm. So if let's say that you are, I don't know, a Starbucks coffee barista, and your quality of life is this at $12 an hour, whatever it is. And that you have lots of free time, you do whatever, you want to go to management. And now you say, okay, I have management, but I have employee reviews and I have payroll and I have this. And so you go, okay, I can handle that now, a little less time. And then you want to go to ownership, and now you have management and all this other thing. So it can go from small coffee barista all the way up into business mogul, or it can be fitness newbie all the way up into excellent athlete. Yeah. It's all the same premise.
It is. It's exactly the same. That's a very good way of explaining it. Like,
what kind of things do you need to either plus up or get rid of to get you to the next thing, and you have to accept this new quality of life in order to maintain it. Yeah. It's all the same.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes it gets way too convoluted of, well, I just want to be this mogul.
Well, it's the same equation though. It's just compounds.
Yeah. Like when people want to get rich, it's the same.
Same thing.
It's granted, am I rich? Absolutely not.
Right.
But I also don't want what that entails. So could everybody get rich? Absolutely. But you may have to give up all the things that you associate with a good quality of life.
Yeah.
So maybe it's for you, maybe it's not.
And there's something about chasing the dollar and appreciating what you get out of it versus having all the dollars and then
So
then nothing is of value anymore because you can't put a dot, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I realized today I have everything I've ever asked for. Like when somebody asked me a question, I was like, oh, this promotion's kind of on the table, or you could go this way or leverage. I kind of have everything I've ever asked for. And when you step back, can you want more? Yeah, for sure you could want more, but I have everything that I set out to do. So you're an expert in your field. You are making a huge impact wherever you are. You have a family that you are very involved in. You don't have to check your checking account every 3 seconds to make sure like you can get groceries.
Yeah.
So and
that's nice to not be there anymore.
Yeah, and you have a house that it's not falling down, and you have a vehicle that starts every time you get in it. I have everything that I ever asked for. Now it's just trying to refine how much more quality of life can I get, and then how much, if I can maintain that quality of life while squeezing a few more dollars out of it, that's the move.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I'll ever be rich like that, but whatever. I think I have a great life.
No, I agree, man. I don't think it's about money anymore. More money leads to more responsibility and sometimes more convenience, but at the same time, a lot of times that responsibility overrides the convenience because in the free time, because there's not any anymore.
If I had a lottery ticket, though, I'm not mad about it.
I'm gonna spend it on something, invest it, whatever.
I'm not mad about it, but it's one of the ones where it's kind of cool to look at kind of where you've been and not where you are, and that the stuff you prayed for and hoped for when you was 20 years old, and like, man, if I could only just have this. Now you're living in it, and now you're thinking, okay, well, I have this. Now how do I enjoy it the most? That's the cool part is.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think it's a weird headspace to be in.
Oh, and I'd be remiss, man, if I didn't say this shirt is on purpose.
Yeah, what's up here?
No, man. So my college coach who gave me the start, basically he started this whole snowball. So he's retiring this year. He retired right after the NCAA championships.
What's his name?
So Tom Borelli. So
shout out.
33, 35 years coaching. Okay. And he had one national championship, 45 All-Americans during his time. I think when I was there, we were, 10, 11 time conference champions. I think he had 16 or something when it's all said and done.
Damn.
So it was really cool to watch they had like 3-part series on them. You learn a lot about somebody, which as an athlete, I did not take the time to know him because he's coach. It's like a weird authority figure.
Yeah, you're not digging his personal life or anything.
No, but it was cool to see somebody get honored for like being almost like Bad News Bears. So basically, they took a small D1 school.
What school is this?
Central Michigan.
All right, Central Michigan.
So it's fire up forever, man. It's fire up chips. And, take
it's
something.
One of those tribal things, bro.
Hey, you know what's happening. So it was taking a small program and then pouring into it, and it's just Midwest tough. Just blue collar, work hard, old school. It's not fancy, flashy, but getting to the point where you're respected. Your program is churning out tremendous athletes and men out of that thing. I thought it was only fitting. Like I only have one of these polo shirts, so I said, you know what? When we're in here, you at least gotta give the man a shout out because he didn't have to give me the chance. Like the Rudy moment that you get to walk out.
Yeah.
So I think when I was there was 10, 12 of us walk-ons. Tony Ferguson was one of them.
No shit.
Yeah, Tony. But the room was too tough and he couldn't stay.
What do you mean?
He couldn't cut it.
Really?
You think I'm joking? We're in the same weight class. So he went
But we're not talking about fighting. We're talking about wrestling. So it's different.
And that he went to somewhere where he could shine.
Did you wrestle him?
Yeah. It'd be the same weight class.
That's crazy. You're like,
what weight class was that? Way down, 165. I cut a bunch of weight.
So if I say you guys are, that's another thing that's changed too. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
And so he was there. We probably had 10, 12 state champs that were walking on to the program. So it was a 2-week trial period, and basically you just like, look, I'm going to go in here and fist fight, and either you're going to let me in or I'm not. And that you go in there, and thankfully him and the coaching staff let me on, and that kind of set the tone for everything, man. Like all those handshakes, that's what got me through all the different places. It was just getting there because I was already pissed that I wasn't being recruited by nobody. Like I didn't have like any highlights or anything that somebody was pushing a coach. Yeah. Like they didn't.
No one's marketing you.
No. So I already had a chip on my shoulder, and I said, you know what? I'm coming here and I'm gonna wrestle, and I'm going to show, look, man, I may not be a world champ. There were some guys that went to Pan Am Games and be very good athletes. I'm not to that caliber, but I promise you I can be that. And that you get in there, and I don't know if he's seen, like, I was not afraid to get in there and throw hands with none of them, or if he was like, you know what, he's about the size, about the speed, whatever it was, he took a chance. And that, much respect to Coach and his staff for starting me on that path, because it opened so many doors after that. From that, I talking to the strength conditioning coaches, because I was always real strong, and that got me the strength coach job, and then it just kind of went just fast forward from there. And the wrestling handshake has always opened the door, and they're like, oh man, you wrestle at Central. So every time I wear this shirt, I get approached by no less than two people here, which trips me out.
Yeah, because it's not a very big, read wrestling area.
No,
at all.
If I wear a Central
like
shirt,
football.
Yeah, if I wear a Central shirt, and it's been in South Carolina, it was in Louisiana. If I went over to Texas and somebody stopped me and said, "Hey man, fire up chips. What do you know about the chips?" And it's kind of cool to give him the flowers for saying, "Hey man, I appreciate you for at least giving me the chance to show that I was tough enough to do this thing," and then everything else just kind of handle itself.
Yeah,
I thought it was awesome.
No, I mean, hell yeah, that's amazing.
I thought it was goddamn that.
No, dude, I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome that you even bring it up and that you give him a shout out, because, it's funny how you can circle back and look at all those things and say, well, this one moment of discomfort led to all this.
Yeah, man. And so just sometimes it's one decision, right or left, that's going to get you to where you're supposed to go, or not. One decision, right or left, it gets you in prison.
That's what's scary.
So
you can fuck up any moment and lose everything,
and you don't realize at 16,
moment, especially the more power you have.
Yeah,
that's even scarier.
So like one misstep.
Like if you physically, mentally, like financially, the more power you have, the easier it is for you to fuck up.
So now that's the cool part is you just keep yourself in the lanes of accountability of, okay, who am I responsible to? I'm responsible to my wife and my kids. Would you do it if they were sitting right next to you? If you wouldn't, don't do it. If you would, proceed and take whatever is going to come after that.
Yeah.
So like if you would speak up for somebody that was, being robbed, or somebody that was being disparaged or whatever, and you would say it with your wife and kids sitting right there, good, own it. And then look, if I go to jail, I go to jail. But if you're doing something slimy that you would not do in front of your wife or your kids, and you would not be proud, don't do it.
Yeah.
You just got to ask yourself, who am I responsible to, and what I do if they're sitting in this chair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean,
it's a good way to look at it.
That's how I always govern it. Or would I repeat it to my mom? No. If no, probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And it makes the choice pretty easy.
Yeah, it does. It dials it in.
Now, I mean, granted, you don't have to put anybody above your own life.
Right.
But I always think that if you have somebody that you answer to, or somebody that you would be afraid to disappoint.
Yeah, someone's along the ride with you.
Yeah. Or
whether you're driving and riding, you're all in the same vehicle.
Or somebody that will fact check what you said and can say that you're a liar.
Yeah.
So if you don't lie, first and foremost, let's backtrack that. You should not ever lie.
Yeah.
Because if you're lying, then you're afraid.
What age do you think you quit lying?
24.
Okay, so it took me a little longer than that.
So
I was full of shit for a long time, man. But I think it came with environment.
My wife, she actually got me to stop lying. She didn't tell me to stop lying. I just realized lying was hurting everything and everyone.
Yeah.
Because I was afraid to tell the truth because of the consequence, and I stopped being a coward. And now if you did it, say it.
Yeah.
If you didn't do it, or if you don't intend, or if you don't like it, say it. And that there's a freedom to that where you're not fearful of anything or anyone because you didn't lie.
But everyone's so scared to, and look, man, it took my whole life to get there because I was full of shit for a long time, made a lot of bad decisions, a lot. Same thing for me. It took me become grounded, getting married, realizing making bad decisions, but also owning up to those bad decisions. Because that's the big thing, right? You make a lot of bad decisions, but until you really, like, hey, I made this decision, I fucked up.
Dude, I tell you, I made lots of bad decisions in my life, lots. But the last time that I decided I wasn't lying ever again is Like I made a decision that could have cost everything. And so I just sat down and said, okay, this is every stupid thing that I've ever done ever in my life. And I thought about everything.
Yeah.
And if she could still be a part of this thing after knowing everything that I've ever done that was stupid.
Yeah.
I have not lied since, and I won't.
Yeah.
Just because I have to remember what I lied about, and if I'm lying
It's
to you,
very hard, bro.
I'm scared.
Yeah, it just fucking, yeah, it just
So
turns into.
that's the biggest thing is
Right.
if you have integrity, you don't need to lie.
Yeah.
And if I make my decision on, okay, if my wife and kids are sitting next to me, or if I had to tell you about it and you're going to check me on it, I'm like, no, you're full of shit. You didn't say that. I don't ever want, public or private, somebody to say you're not genuine. Like I'm the same person that I was when you first met me at BNI. I'm the exact same person, just a little more dangerous because I know more stuff.
Yeah.
That's all it is. It's same person, same story, same everything. Because why would you be disingenuous when you get one chance to have a handshake and give somebody your word? If you mess up the handshake, they don't want to know what you say because you're a liar.
Yeah.
So I would rather have less friends that know exactly who I am than have a bunch of friends that know nothing about me and really couldn't vouch for if I was a truth teller or not.
I think all that starts whenever you give you start sharing values and things with someone else. Like you make a bond, like, right? Because like when you're by yourself, you're just like, look, I'm just trying to survive. I'm gonna say whatever I need to say, do what I ever need to do,
sure,
within reason. And then sometimes it just goes wherever it goes. But
sure.
Then once you get grounded and say, okay, well, I'm responsible for more than just me now, and these actions have repercussions, and it's not just me who can weasel out of it. Now it's all these other parties that are affected as well.
Sure.
And so yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Plus, I seen what happened. So I'm a watcher.
Yeah.
Since I've been a kid.
Yeah.
If you rode a bike off a ramp, you broke your leg, you think I'm riding off the ramp? Nah. I'm going to watch you ride and go, that's messed up. Why you got to take me to the hospital? I ain't riding on that ramp.
Yeah.
So I've seen a bunch of people lie, ruin their lives, just because they couldn't own up to what they were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. Same thing why I've never been into hard drugs is because I watched it take people, great people, and absolutely ruin them.
And I've seen that too, and it always blows my mind, the people you never thought would even try it, but it's just that one time. And look, there's a lot of people who do recreational stuff, and that's fine. Whatever.
Man, it don't hurt me.
I've tried things over the years, but I saw people, and I was like, okay, well, you can do this, not do this within reason, whatever, and I'll try this and that or whatever. Nothing crazy.
Sure.
But like I'm not injecting anything, no crazy shit like that, and not smoking any crack or nothing
sure.
like that. But like I've seen things and people do things. I'm like, okay, well, I'll try that out. I want to experience it so I can say I experienced it, but also know what it could lead to, I guess.
Right. I've seen too many family members during the crack epidemic that absolutely lost everything.
Yeah.
Everything that they were, and that took a very good person, and that drug was bigger than anything that you could say to them. It didn't matter. I mean, my grandfather, my father, my uncles, my cousins. I mean, it didn't matter. Where it didn't matter how much you meant to them, that thing was bigger than what they could control.
Yeah.
So when I look at it, I go, I seen what that did, and
yeah.
I just can't do that.
No, that makes sense. Like, isn't it so crazy that something so minute can make such a impact?
Well, hey man, I'm a watcher. I've always been, and so if you show me a way that it's bad, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Or if you show me a way it's good, like if let's say you had some kind of new way to do something, some training thing. So I have a new one, by the way.
Oh shit! What is it?
So if you show me something, I'm gonna try it, and if it works for me, I'm gonna keep it. So my new thing is,
yeah, because
if I'm in pain,
it's a new year, bro.
Yeah, if I'm in pain, I can't be there.
Okay.
So if I feel any tweaks,
so you finally decided you're.
I'm a grown up now.
How long did this take?
Hey, what day is it today? The 2nd of April. I'm a grown up now. So finally, of 2024, I finally became a grown up.
This is groundbreaking news right here, ladies and gentlemen.
I have officially surrendered to not being stupid.
Yeah.
And so this is also the first time in a couple of years I actually followed a training program.
Okay.
So where there's an outcome, you cannot exceed reps. There's the days, there's a rest period. Like it's all.
So what program are you if you come up with it or using someone else's, a mix of both?
Mine.
Okay.
That's mine. So I realized that I've stopped doing things that were athletic that were hurting me.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing things that are athletic, but they don't hurt.
I got a workout for you.
Okay.
By the way, before I forget.
Oh yeah, what you got?
Because you're not going to forget yours. I'll forget this because it's not my workout.
Oh yeah.
So yesterday I didn't do it, but the rest of the crew did, and I'm made to try to do it today. But I'm leaving tomorrow. But I'm starting my program next week, and I'll be on it for a while now. But there was the Easter mile, and basically you get your body weight. You would love this. I think I would love it too. You get your body weight, put it on a barbell, throw it on your back, and you go a mile.
Oh, I'm real mad.
You go 800. You go 800 meters. Put it down. Take some sort of break, I believe. Will you pull up the Easter mile?
I get so irritated because I've done that with a trap bar. I held it.
But this is on your back.
See, that sounds
easier.
better. That sounds better.
Easter mile.
I call it the elephant walk. So you put your body weight on a trap bar and just move.
Okay.
That's humbling.
Is that it? No. It's a mile with. It's a mile. No, it's a mile with your body weight on a barbell.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Yeah, I'll do it.
Either way, we should do it.
Yeah.
What's your body weight right now?
I call it 200, 205.
I'm so light. I'm at 205. Probably last time you saw me, I was like 215. I've cut some more weight. But yeah.
That's good.
But anyways, go about your regimen. I just want to tell you about that one workout for fat.
Yeah. So really, I stopped doing Olympic lifting because it hurts me. Like it hurts
What movement specifically?
All of them.
Like overhead squat, snatch.
Overhead squat, snatch, clean, all of it. Just mobility restriction. It hurts me. So I have shoulder impingements, bicep tendonitis, like all of this stuff. It's just being banged up.
Yeah.
So I seen somebody say, well, do the lifts, but do them light enough to where you can still do them. Doesn't matter the weight. So what? Put your ego aside. If you can snatch the barbell, snatch the barbell.
So you're doing that now?
So, oh yeah. So as of yesterday, I did a complex at 225, which crazy.
That's heavy.
So complex, it's 3 power cleans.
Okay.
And then you let the bar go, and it's in a zombie squat. 1 zombie squat, cross the bar, cross the clavicles.
Okay.
And then when you stand up, you got 3 Zercher squats, and then you drop it. That is rep number 1.
Okay.
You do 3 reps per set, and you have 5 sets.
Okay.
So that is quite a bit of reps. So that it has my heart rate
with
up
225.
Oh, that was bad. So that's the heaviest. So that's my 3rd week. It was the heaviest week, and I'll back it down. I started off first week. I only got to like 175, and it felt good.
That's another thing that's important to highlight is that as you're climbing, getting PRs, you keep trying to climb. But I think it is important to back off a little bit, reconfigure, and then chase it again.
Yep. So the plan as it stands, it'll go 3 weeks up, 1 week at 50%.
Okay.
And then I'll start over 5% heavier than the first week.
And still climb.
Yep. 3 weeks up.
So maybe
and
you
then
have
back
a
down.
2% PR.
Sure.
Whatever.
Yep.
But I mean, you're not chasing PRs anymore.
Nope. So I went 175. Oh man, that felt fast. That was good. And then the second week, 195. Oh man, that felt good. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna do 215, and if it's light, then I'll go 225. And my warm-ups, I do 3 sets of warm-ups like that. And 215 felt really fast. So I said, okay, 225 it is. 225 was great, but I'm not stupid enough to keep going because that's how I get hurt, because I'm an egomaniac and I want to see how strong I can be. So now it's coming back down. So, and then the only 2 things I do after that is weighted, either high rep 1-arm rows, supersetted with weighted dips, or you got high rep weighted pull-ups supersetted with single arm presses.
So you're still doing weighted pull-ups?
Yeah.
How many times have you torn your biceps?
4. I mean, I didn't say I was all the way adult. But when I say weighted, if it hurts at all, I stop.
Right.
So at all. Any twinge, nope, I'm good.
I've gotten to that point too by almost having debilitating injuries lately. I haven't had any. But yeah, I'll call my shots these days, and I've noticed too, losing 20 pounds of body weight in the past fucking year, that dude, I'm not as strong as I was.
Good.
It's crazy though.
Good.
I know, but it pisses me off. I'm like, son of a bitch.
And I think it's in your head. You're still operating on old information.
Right, I
So,
agree.
like, man,
but
I
would
used to be
I
power.
need 10 more. Well, I need 10 more pounds back on, but it's just got to get back into the program. Starting this new business and transitioning all this stuff, and it took a toll on me. I think for the past 4 or 5 months, even though I'm still working out, I'm not like on a plan, like a regimen. So
Sure.
I guess next week that new programming will start back up, and then I'll get that 10, 15 pounds back, and I'll be okay.
And I've focused more on, instead of being crazy strong, is how much work can I get done? So like this morning was hellacious. So it's one day where you got the complex and you got the upper pull and push. Mm-hmm. The second day are sprint intervals, and it's escalating time. And then the third day is always a rest day. I don't care what day that falls on. The third day is always a rest day because you just had one day where the complex. Second day is high threshold cardiovascular output. Third day is always a rest, even if I don't want to. I don't have a choice. Third day is a rest. When I say rest, you can walk, you can do whatever. It doesn't matter. Go in the sauna, stretch, do whatever. Then day number 4 looks very similar to day number 1, but now it's more volume based, to where your joints don't hurt. And then day number 5 would be anything that you felt like you didn't get to real crazy, and it will be a lower body emphasis. So single leg stuff, big time hamstring things. And then day 6, it's just fun, whatever you get into. Day 7 is once again that you don't do anything, and that.
So you're a 3-1, 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah, just, and it can be a Tuesday, it can be a Saturday, it can be a Monday.
Right.
And that, like this morning, you probably should try this, and it will absolutely hurt your feelings. So I realized that I can sprint really fast for 45 seconds. And I mean, I can get at it.
Are you warming up for your sprint? Or are you doing this cold?
Yeah, about 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I've
just
learned not to sprint.
Yeah.
I got too old to do that cold.
As long as it start bleeding. Yeah, it's not good.
I damn near pull hamstrings, all kind of stuff, yeah.
So, and I don't even do sprints because I've realized mine is impact related issues.
Yeah.
So I don't do good with impact. Mm-hmm. So what I do is this morning, Aerodyne sprint, max effort, 2 minutes.
Okay.
And that is really bad. So it's the upper range of where you can do anything anaerobic, and then it starts switching over. So 2 minutes.
What are you doing this on?
Aerodyne bike,
Okay.
or the
Echo
assault bike,
or assault,
the big one,
yeah.
Whatever the most resistance one.
The Echo.
Yeah. So hard as you can go for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I like those.
You get 30 seconds of transition period.
Okay.
To your double unders.
Okay.
2 minutes.
Okay.
As you can get 30 seconds transition period into your rower.
Okay.
Max effort 2 minutes.
You love some rower too, don't you?
You got to do it. Hamstrings get blown up.
Yeah.
And then you get 3 minutes recovery because there's 30-second transition period plus a 2 minute rest period plus a 30-second transition period to the echo bike again. So now you get 6 minutes of work, 3 minutes of rest, and that you do that for 4 times. That is unbelievably hard.
I'll try that.
And it's stupid simple. So
that's a good workout to do on a day you don't want to have any weights too. You know?
Exactly. So, and I'm trying to get my endurance to where it's better and better and better the older that I get, because I can't rely just on like short, crazy burst all the time. That you're gonna need. I'm trying to work this up because I went from 1 minute to 1 minute and then 30 seconds, then 90 seconds and then 30 seconds. Now it's 2 minutes and then 30 seconds. I want to work it up to where it's 4 to 5 minutes and then 30 seconds, those blocks.
Yeah.
That way your cardiovascular system is out of control.
I hate doing that stuff, but at the same time, I prefer to do that than run. I fucking hate running. And I hate running because it's so bad on my knees.
I won't do it. It's pain.
I'll run, but it's at a slow pace, and it may be like in a workout, like, okay, we got to do this, and then 400 meter run.
I'll give you something you might like is that pacer test.
What's that?
It's the old grade school beep test. You remember that thing? There you go, beep, and you run 20 meters.
Oh, yeah.
And it goes faster and faster and faster. Yeah. That's an easy way to get smoked in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
And that if you're running, if that's the extent of your running, you got all your cardiovascular done, and that you don't have to think about it.
Well, some of the running we do is dumb shit. Like, when I mean running, it's like run a half mile, then do this stuff. Then go run 800 meters, then do this stuff. I enjoy pushing my limits, but it's not. The more and more I do it, I really enjoy it, and it's built what we have now, like mentally. And my wife and I would do the workouts with these people, but it's not sustainable for performance. It's just a grueling thing to put you into, and I do think I think I'm going to cut that to bi-monthly.
Sure.
And just do it because those workouts are really hard. You've seen us do that stuff. Like on Mondays,
smashed.
they're really hard. Like we'll carry a tire.
Yeah.
That shit's not good on your back. Your joints aren't aligned correctly. You're not moving. Whatever. It's just none of it's good for you. But I think it's important to get into that fucking shit.
You got to be able
mental
to access
space. Yeah, and still be able to do it and perform in it. So I think maybe I'll do that bi-monthly with this new programming, and then everything else we're going to go back into doing the Mayhem program. So it's just basically going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, off Sunday.
Okay.
And that's going to be our programming. And that program is built for most athletes, and also it's like you have to break it up into 2 workouts a day.
Sure.
So a lot of times I'll supplement that program. So even though I'm saying I'm doing it, I'm really only doing about 70% of it because I'm not able to get in now. I was there for a little bit, but now I'm not able to get in 2 workouts a day.
But you also have a job.
Right, exactly. So like if I'm doing it as an athlete, then it's different. But now, I was like, okay, well, I have a business to run, multiple businesses. So it's like if I get one of these, if I can do this programming at least half mass, I'm okay with that, and I can still perform and compete, at a regional level.
Guess how many minutes a day that I'm training?
How much?
20 to 40.
I love it. That's all I want to do. That's what I'm saying. That's all I want to do. I'm not
20 to 40.
I've learned that I can't do the 3-hour shit anymore. I don't have time. I don't want to.
I don't recover.
Me either.
I get my elbows hurt.
My recovery, I'm back on the whoop again. My recovery will be in the yellow for 3 days.
Yep.
And then I'm continuing to work out. So it's in the red, and God forbid I have a damn drink, just because I want one. Yeah. Then it's really in the red. I'm, shit, dude. It's like if you're already low recovery, then you want to actually calm your nerves and have like a glass of tequila. Well, then fuck it, knocks you down even lower. It's like, dude, this is not sustainable for me.
That's why I said I finally became an adult.
Yeah.
So mentally, I know what I used to be capable of doing, and I think right now, physically, I probably could still get at it. But am I wanting another injury? Do I want to recover? Or is this training to sustain good quality life? So now it's, all right, I need to sustain good quality life. Can I sprint across the street to smash somebody if I have to? Sure.
Right.
Am I going to do it all the time just to do it? No, absolutely not. I'm not doing any more track workouts. I'm not doing anything gassers. I'm not doing it. If you don't have to. Same thing is like I'm not taking squats ass to grass for 5 sets of 20 because there's no reason.
Yeah.
Like that. Now my knee hurts like death.
That's another thing I've noticed is my squats significantly decreased. One, because I haven't been doing those heavy load once a week because, like I said, a shift in my programming based on everything I've had going on. So when I do try to jump in and do a 80% PR workout, that 80% PR has dropped like 70 or 80 pounds.
Right.
Like when I put 80% on, I'm just like, this is a max now.
Right. Now, in your estimation, why do you think there's no 24-hour actual gyms here? Where there's been some I've seen a couple of places where it's like a key accessed turfed place with racks, racks and stuff.
I don't think there's one. There is one.
What's that one?
I don't know if they want their info. I don't know what but I'll let you know after.
Because I think that because there's such a movement for like people actually getting after it because they're seeing people do it. I wonder if that's something that this place could use, because the traditional brick and mortar YMCA, and there's nothing wrong with the Y at all.
Right.
But the traditional one may not suit what they're looking for, and they may not be looking for a CrossFit gym per se because they want to do their own programming or strongman stuff or whatever.
No, there's a need for that. I think there's a need for that in every market, but I don't know. That would have to open and someone would have to market it correctly. The problem with any gym I've seen here is that they don't market themselves correctly.
They need Red Wolf Media.
Yeah, they need. I'm not trying to even go there. I'm not trying to work for no gym, bro. Most of them, hell no. But anyways, I believe there is one. There's a buddy of mine has one, and they're used to. When I used to go there in tandem with fight training, I want to say we had all 24-hour access. I'm pretty sure. I need to check with him, but I don't know if he wants to market that because that brings a lot of risk if you have crazy ass equipment. You know what I mean? So that might be another thing. I don't know, but I agree there is a need for that.
Because I've seen that, and they're not huge spaces.
Yeah.
Which you get, I don't know, 5,000 square feet. Mm-hmm. And that you have, but it's top-notch equipment where you have like the woodway type treadmills. You have weird implements like Husafel stones, or like the lever, or the, what do you call them? I can't even think of it. Like the pinch grip lever, like forearm training. I mean, various niche specialized type stuff.
No, that'd be nice. Like we have Atlas stones. you can get to half of our gym 24/7, the other half not, which is
That's cool.
which is kind of nice. Like if you want to get out to the boxes, if you want to get to the boxes, the medicine balls, the bars, not the Olympic bars, but the actual bars that you're doing bar work on, and then the obstacles, the tires, the outlet stones, and the regular stationary equipment all can be accessed 24/7. So,
there you go.
I mean, you really could do a lot at our gym, but there is another gym, and I think you can access everything. But yeah, shout out CrossFit Gym,
Yeah.
CFG. But yeah, dude, I agree. I think that I think there's a need for that stuff. I also think that, like, here's another thing. There's so many individuals that can't do their own programming.
So do
gotta
they
think about
not
that.
have a coach that does their stuff? You're talking
I'm saying,
about-
like, in a mindset of going to access that space that's 24/7. Like, how many individuals you know that actually can hold themselves accountable and do, like, they're having to use someone else's program or be in a class in a scenario where they're pushed.
True.
You know what I mean?
Because there's I follow a guy on Instagram. You would probably think he's hilarious. I don't know this dude, but he is just funny. It's called Too Buff for This.
Too buff. Will you pull that up?
He is out of his,
You know him? I don't know.
that dude is out of his mind. But he trains at a private gym. I mean, humongous deadlift specialist. I watched him deadlift 900 pounds. The dude's really strong. But he is irreverent to the max.
Yeah.
Where he has his own metric system called the Lizzo metric system. He'd be like, that was 3.2 Lizzos on that bar. I mean, the dude is wide open. But he trains in a private gym. It's 2 buff and then the number 4 this. That's him.
We have an internet lag or something going on?
Might not pull up his Insta. But the dude is
Weird.
out of control. That's as soon as you said Kurt Angle, that's exactly what I thought of. Because he splices to Kurt Angle a lot in his videos.
Oh.
He finds monsters all over the world, and he'll say he wants to display it because he look, you never see nothing like this.
Yeah.
Where I seen 1,015 squat for a double the other day. Nobody does that. Zahir, I think his name is. So he trains at a gym like that. That's kind of one thing that triggered of, I wonder why we can't have something like that here, because there's some big people here.
Yeah, man. There's a
Big people at the Plex even.
yeah, especially the Shreveport, the Shreveport area where they still do all the crazy. I don't know if they still do that stuff over there. There was a gym that opened here for a little while, but it's not as sustainable. There's not enough market. Like
Scars and Bars.
Yeah,
I went to
yeah,
that
that
thing.
one.
That was nuts.
yeah, but
But it closed. It was like dirt floor.
a lot of
nasty.
times though, those people aren't business minded. I don't even know who that individual was. I'm not talking bad about them, but I see a lot of gyms open and fail because they should not be business owners.
Is that a DJ
They're-
Thomas venture that we're looking
No,
at?
fuck no, dude. I'm not. Maybe like in
See how-
5 years-
see how trying to-
maybe like when I relocate to Florida,
Okay.
we'll do a beach gym.
Is that what you're doing?
Why not? One day, maybe. I don't
I'm not
know.
mad at
I'm
that.
just talking shit. But,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, dang.
I mean,
I'm not mad.
maybe one day, but like if so, like I would open like a Gold's Gym style beach, like,
That'd
and
be
then have
fun.
all that. Have you seen the Tulum
Calisthenics
gym?
type
Tulum?
stuff?
The
What is
Tulum gym, the one where they work out with all the wood shit. Stuff
Oh,
on
that's
the,
cool.
The Mexico one.
Yeah.
yeah. But then they just started getting like a little Instagram thoughts in there, so it's not really like cool anymore. It's like just for using for photo shoots.
I can't-
But like something cool, like Muscle Beach. You know what I'm saying? But with more shit than just bodybuilding workouts.
That would be kind of cool.
Muscle Beach is
almost like an
badass.
adult playground.
Yeah, that'd be badass.
Why don't we have one of those here?
We're not the market for
It's like
anything.
a jungle
bro.
gym, man.
We're not the market. We're not
But
the
I guess
market.
this heat, you get your ass burnt.
Yeah,
You'd have to have that sun sale thing on it.
yeah.
Otherwise, you get on those bars, man, they'll cook your hands off.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you seen that guy Hannibal before, is a pull up dip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, there's people that's all they ever do. I don't know if it's New York or where he's at, but black dude in his 50s looking
That black
crazy.
dude, yeah, that dude's insane.
But sometimes the calisthenic stuff, it's nothing but bars.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be very costly if you were to have that. But I wonder if people would use it.
That's the thing, man.
Or would it get vandalized?
People just love to go to the little $30 a month gym, get their little pump, leave, not sweat any,
One
walk on
day.
the treadmill, get on Instagram the whole time.
If we get some big money one day, somebody fund us right.
Man, I would. The only way I'd ever open one would just literally be just to take a loss, because I know it's not going to make any money, just a tax write off, or open one just for my benefit, and then if anyone wanted to show up, cool, but I didn't need to make it a business.
It was
Because
just,
it's
you just wanted it.
Yeah, I just wanted it. It's mine, and if I want to, if I get a membership, people that it'll pay for itself. You know, other than that, just like not make any money. 'Cause
Where would you put it if you were to
not
have
here,
the most
not
success?
Here, not here.
Not here.
I'd put it on the beach. That'd be cool.
Nowhere
the
here,
beach.
you think it would float it?
I just, yeah, I mean, possibly here. Yeah, it would work. Look, anything in any area with the right marketing, and the right,
Valid.
like if you get it there's enough people to go to it and you get it in front, that's another thing. You just get more things. Like how do gyms survive? Well, we need more women, so we have a women's kickboxing class. We need this. You just bring in more people. Like you can get people to your spot. It's always a matter of somebody opens it and needs to make money off of it immediately, and then they drain it, and it's not sustainable because they're using it for a source of income instead of not knowing that 5 years, it's going to take 5 to 10 years for it to even be profitable. Most people open something and think they're going to make money off of it immediately, and then it doesn't make it, and then because they're pulling a paycheck from it the whole time.
True.
But if you just open it and don't touch it, just let it pay for itself, get you enough people to start going to it, pay for memberships. It's paying the electric bill. Okay, well now I got enough, and now it's paying the note and the electric bill. Okay, well now it's paying for itself. Okay, now how would we hone in and see where we can, cut costs? And
what you just did right there? You just created the blueprint for that place to open.
I just told somebody how to do it.
So somebody with some pockets needs to go ahead and open a 24-hour access gym with some highly specialized equipment that is very well maintained, that people will pay $45 to $50 a month to have that convenience, and that I think it would win.
I just think it's another thing is a huge investment up front.
Oh, true.
Because a lot of that equipment you can get on lease, but to have a, say you were leasing the space, say your lease is $3,000 a month.
Sure.
It's not the top tier space, but it's not a piece of shit. And then say you have to outfit it with $100,000 worth of equipment. Well, if you got to get a loan for that, then you're paying 9% interest on that if you have decent credit. So it's like you really want to take your own capital and put into it. That's the best idea. Like if you're going to do it, you don't get a loan, you take your own capital and you put it into a passion project like that that okay, well, everything's paid for. I can get enough membership to float the lease, or I can build a building. And but then you're talking about $300,000 or $400,000.
Right.
But lease it, $100,000 investment. It pays for itself. It pays the rent, and then slowly you recoup the money on the equipment, and then eventually maybe you're making some profit in 4 or 5 years. But like that's what I think that would be the way to do it. And then extensive, like 24-hour access. You want extensive waiver saying if you break this shit, you're paying for it. I'm holding you liable. Blah blah, all that stuff. Too. It's not like you just break it.
You just literally this the blueprint right there without having any skin in the game.
It is, man.
See, that's cool. So whoever's listening,
take it, run with it.
I'll come partners, to the gym. If you get some money, somebody got some liquid cash.
Yeah, you got some cash you need to get rid of. Instead of giving it to buy some ski boat at the end of the year, open a gym, get your homies, let them use it.
Yeah. See, then we can get Shreveport strong. Be all right.
Well, let's wrap this thing up, bro. We never have enough time, but
Till
I'm about to get out of town, dude.
Next quarter.
He's been coming on the show for 4 years in March.
4 years strong. I think you're the longest. I think you've had the most episodes.
That's what
Ben always likes to compete with that because Ben counts his presence on Tequila Talk. We're
on competition now?
Nah, you and Ben got to talk about it. I don't know.
Hey,
that's over with now.
That's a whole different thing.
But no, I think I want to say you may have been the most visited guest. I'm not sure. We'll have to look at those
cool,
numbers.
Man.
But dude, no, I'm excited. I'm always glad to have you here. I always wish we have like 5 hours, but it keeps it fresh.
Yeah. I'll have more stuff next time.
Hell yeah.
Different snake. You already know.
I know. Every damn time I see you, bro. I love it.
I love it.
All right, bro. We'll see you later.